It is the Riot Podcast. This is the Thursday show, July 7th. This is it for you, huh?
Oh, I'm out of here. I'm halfway out the door right now. I'm recording this thing. I'm heading out.
So we're saying he's not really into it as much, but Isaiah's off tomorrow, and then he'll be back on Monday.
Exciting stuff for me. I will be taking a little break from the Riot, and I will come back.
You're off on Monday, too.
Well, sometimes you just need a little break, you know, and I have a couple more breaks planned in the next upcoming weeks, so we'll try to get through without me, but I don't know how we'll do it.
I was looking at because I keep all the forms for everybody's breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was looking at this month for Isaiah, and I was like, what? And then I noticed, I think there's nothing after.
There is nothing after
You're going to be hurting come Christmas time.
You only get so many.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's different, though. Sometimes, like, it depends on where you work at, but some people, like, save all their time till the end of the year, and others get out of the year, like, into January and February and use it up too quickly.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you're going to hate that.
Yeah. Sometimes people like me that just not intentionally, but wind up saving all of their time to the end of the year, and then it's just like, well, I got to use it sometime.
Yeah, I'm not much of a saver. I'm using it up in the summertime, and then when Christmas rolls around, I'm just going to have to ride the vibes of the holidays for a while. That's what the plan is as of now, and we'll see how the next couple of weeks roll out here. I'll be in and out of here. I'll be around. You guys will hear my voice every now and then.
Last Christmas, you were the only one that was here for like half the time, too.
Yeah, last
Christmas,
Christmas,
you were like
I
literally
had no
the only
days.
person in the building, I think.
I had no days. I was here by myself. It was kind of sad, but it was okay.
Oh, did we look? Is Christmas on a...
It's a Monday, I think.
So then we get Christmas
An
and
extended.
New Year's.
Yeah, I think.
I'm looking now. Let's see,
better be.
Don't quote me on
December.
it. I
You can't
know
say
it's
things
gonna
like
be.
that.
I know it's gonna be such a crushing blow if it's on a weekend.
It's on a Sunday.
What?
You're the worst.
What?
Turn off his microphone. Turn it off. You're the worst.
We don't get Christmas Day observed?
No.
Nope.
No, you don't. It's on a Sunday, so
Oh
it doesn't
my
count.
gosh.
You just
That
made
should be
it.
illegal.
Well, okay, I'll take it up with the payroll company.
No, I mean it should be illegal for Christmas to be on a Sunday.
Well, that I agree.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh, my God.
I don't think that's what Jesus would have wanted.
He wants to spread out to another day.
Yeah.
It's another
weekday.
day.
Well, we're sorry about that bit of bad news in case you also like to have major holidays come on a work day.
Hey, that it just goes back to July 4th, better than Christmas, definitely this year.
This case for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty upsetting, Hudson. So never do that again. So today on the show, we talked about some good stuff. One of the things, we talked about a new space telescope, right, that brought a man to tears. And my question for you guys, based off nothing that we talked about in that segment, what's like one of those things that's brought you to tears that like you had no reason to be crying about? I know Nikki probably has some of these for sure.
Well, I just still always cry at like the dog videos where like there's this one guy on TikTok where he shows dogs that come into like their shelter, and then the next video will be like, oh, someone puts a dog on hold, and then they'll show like if they don't show up to get the dog, or if they do come and they get adopted and they get to come out and go see it, and I'm just like, no, I can't handle it. So many emotions. So I'll still always cry on stuff like that.
Oh, I
think that's cry worthy.
Yeah, those are cry worthy.
That is cry worthy. I don't know. I feel like I'm an emotional man. I can experience tears every so often, you know, like you see a really well hit home run or finely built wooden chest, things like that.
Enough.
Yes, I think so.
A really well hit home run, the crack of the bat.
Yeah, just
that'd be like if
the simple beauty.
No, it's more like, you know, your dad and you used to go to the baseball game. This is
Nostalgic.
his first hit after he's passed away. You know, like something super emotional.
Not for you.
Yeah.
That's what it would take for you to cry at a baseball
For Hudson,
game.
it's just the crack of the bat, baby. That good old homer going over the fence, nothing quite like it. For me, I feel like the one that always gets me, and this is cry-worthy, is always like the military return home videos.
Yes.
When they're like on like their family is like being like shown like on the field or something, and they're waving, and then dad like comes out of the tunnel, just like coming onto the field, and they're all like, oh, dad. Those are the ones that always get me.
Sounds like you guys have a higher bar than me.
Yours was home runs and a nicely built wooden chest.
Well, find out what space people are going to be crying about, and you can learn more about this telescope they were talking about.
Yeah, we also talked about a little bit more Top Gun Maverick, right? And one of the big things with Top Gun right now, and this is something that I debated on this week, going into this weekend. I'm getting ready to go to like a little concert thing for the weekend. And one thing that I considered was possibly bringing back the mustache.
Ooh, you should. Now, okay, you should have, but you should have done it when Top Gun came out.
I know.
Because the mustache totally went huge for a while.
Yeah, it's huge.
Because everybody would go see the movie, and then all the guys would go back and like shave the mustache and everything.
Yeah, so my roommate actually did. He's rocking a mustache right now. He shaved it into it about like a couple weeks ago, like after he saw the movie.
He's stealing your thunder.
Yeah, I know. Well, he technically had it first, but we're not going to talk about that. But, and then I came with mustache. I'm back now with beard, and at some point I'm going to have the mustache return. But I feel like now I'm out of the Top Gun mustache phase.
It's too late.
It's just a mustache
Yeah, but you don't want to just chase trends, you know?
Yeah, I know. But I like the mustache. I thought it looked good. But like, now my beard is like finally, I did the same thing last time. My beard finally grew in nicely.
Yeah.
And I shaved into a mustache.
No, you don't want to get rid of that beard.
Well, let's do a poll tomorrow on. Well, you're not here.
He's not here.
I'm not
Monday.
here.
We'll do a poll
When I
on
come
Monday.
back.
He's not here Monday either.
No, I'm here on
I thought
Monday.
you said you had Monday off.
No.
This Monday off.
It's Thursday, Friday next week. Don't worry about it. I'll be here for some of the days.
Do you want me to share his out of work calendar with you? No.
It's a lot to keep track of. It's a lot to keep track of, yeah.
Well, enjoy the podcast. I guess we'll just ask you guys, should he have the Top Gun Maverick mustache? Is it too late to keep the beard?
Or go back to clean shaven.
Oh, now that's aggressive. That's real aggressive. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Or
Well, you're welcome.
chin strap.
Okay, now we're not going through them all right. Hudson shaves the beard. What do we say?
Well, you're welcome to text and tell us at 877-2-RADIO-U and help him decide.
I think that's it, right?
Have a great day.
We'll see you
Catch you
guys.
next time.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
It's time for more Stranger Things talk. You watched any episodes since we checked in yesterday?
None since
the last
yesterday.
24 hours?
I'll
No?
let everybody know when I finally finish them all. I'm getting
All right.
closer, but I just haven't finished.
Okay.
And I saw one spoiler that really was annoying.
Oh, no. Well,
I
see, this is
know.
why you got to watch it.
I know.
With everybody else.
That's the risk you take if you don't watch it right away.
Yeah, you've ruined it for yourself. Well, in Stranger Things news, they announced yesterday, Netflix did, that they're working on a Stranger Things stage play.
Oh, no.
But we're not going to talk about that because
Okay,
who cares?
good.
Yeah.
Come on, we don't have to do all that, guys. We can let the show be better than that.
Yeah, we don't have to. It's not necessary. It's definitely not. So we're going to move on. One of the major things that has come out of Stranger Things has been the song "Running Up That Hill."
Yeah.
From one of the episodes. Well, actually, it's in multiple episodes. It plays a big role in the show, and the singer of that song, the artist behind it, Kate Bush, obviously, she's made a lot of money off of it, right?
That song was supposed to be, I think, in the new Thor movie this weekend, too.
No way.
But I think
No
they cut it from
chance.
it, so
Yeah.
it did make it eventually
Man, they must be
into it.
so upset about that,
I
too.
know, right? Even though at this point, like, anytime I'm on TikTok, like, I'm done hearing the song.
Yeah. Oh, it's in every TikTok.
I don't mind hearing the song in the show's context, but like outside the show, I'm annoyed about the song just because everybody's been using it.
It definitely wasn't a song, and I'm I think most of us aren't alone in this. Not a song we've ever heard before.
No, I never heard of her.
And then in the show, and it's not a bad song, but then you just hear the same 15-second clip of it over
and over and over again.
and over. But that being said, that's made Kate Bush a lot of money to the tune of $2.3 million in streaming royalties just since Stranger Things came out, like the first part of season 4 a little over a month ago.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. And that's just the streaming. So
Yeah.
that's not like probably what they paid her for the song.
Yep.
Any other endorsements she might be having with it.
Oh, yeah.
That's just the streaming royalties.
And she was a successful artist, I think, especially in the UK before. So she already had some money, but they say now with this song.
Now she's got new money.
Yeah, this is new money. And this is different because she owns the copyrights to her music. Like, not every artist does. A lot of them, they have to split all that money a lot of ways. They say she's probably making taking of that $2.3 million, she's getting about 80% of that.
That's good.
It's just going straight to her.
Because again, for an artist, it's normally a lot lower.
It is just, and she's broken a lot of, because the song has blown up so much, but it came out in 1985. So she's broken a lot of records with the time between number one songs and the length of time between the song is released and when it hits number one and stuff like that because it's charted so well. She's breaking all kinds of records on the charts. It's just it's crazy because I mean, when has something like this happened before? Where a song from so long ago, I can't think. I mean, people know older songs. But not where it's blown up like this, where it's become so ubiquitous.
Exactly. And again, we're fine with it in the Stranger Things context, but stop using it on TikToks.
Yeah, you want to make it's tough too, right? Because you want to use the trending sounds so that you get boosted up maybe in the algorithms. But then again, everybody's using it, so your TikTok is just lost in a sea of Kate Bush videos.
Well, I live on the For You page, and so I'm just like scrolling. It's like, like every time I'm like, am I watching the same video? I'm like, no, they're all using it.
No, the worst is like if my wife is doing TikTok and I'll just hear it over and over, and I don't even see what's going on. So, oh my gosh, it's a lot. It's a lot
for her, though, to find success again. And it's not always about money. It's not.
Yeah.
But $2.3 million just on the streaming royalty side is pretty good.
It must be cool, too. I mean, I don't know how it did. Obviously, it did not go to number one back when it came out in the 80s. But it's cool to see something you made so long ago and people fall in love with it that weren't even born when it came out. So, that's pretty cool. Maybe we'll get so lucky one day.
We'll
hit number one on the podcast charts 40 years from now.
40 years from now, it'll be used in some episode thing. Like, all right, well, I will wait then and just eagerly anticipate our $2.3 million, which I guess we'll have to split.
But I'll take it, though.
But Isaiah doesn't get as much.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
When you're not here, I have no one to talk Baker Mayfield and the Browns with because Nikki, did you see what happened yesterday?
Did he finally get traded?
He did.
Finally?
He did get traded over to the Carolina Panthers yesterday, which was like one of two teams that seemed to be interested in him. And so it made sense at some point for the Panthers to trade for him. And what we got for him, I guess, is all right.
They finally, I don't know who finally gave in, whether it was the Browns or the Panthers, but a lot of it was money about who's going to pay what to him. So they sorted that out.
So basically, Baker Mayfield was the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
And not everybody liked each other. So then they were like, well, I don't want to be here. And they're like, we don't want you here.
Yeah.
And then they had to find a team for him to go to. So is he going to go to the Panthers as like the main quarterback or like a backup person?
No, he'll be the guy there.
The main one?
Unless something goes wrong. And so he's supposed to play out the rest of this year. The Panthers are only sending a draft pick in the draft 2 years from now. It is a 5th round pick. Not exactly great.
Conditional. It could be a fourth.
Could be better.
Could be a 4th round pick depending on how things play out. So if it becomes a 4th, then it's still a terrible trade.
Does that?
I mean, it's not a terrible trade, but he's worth more than that. He is worth more than that.
But he didn't seem like
not
anybody
to you.
wanted
He's not.
him.
Yeah, but he's more than that. He's worth more than that.
He's worth more than that in your heart,
but not like in real life.
I think most teams can realize that he's worth more than that, but we had no leverage in the trade because we have no need for him because we have another quarterback that came in, and so he pretty much has to leave the team. It's either we're going to cut him or we're going to trade him for nothing. So essentially, we're trading him for nothing.
So the deal is still pending a physical. So you have to go see the doctor and take your test.
Hopefully, Baker Mayfield passes his physical, and hopefully that draft pick passes its physical too.
True.
Does this make you feel good though?
I mean, it doesn't make me feel good, but it does I'm happy that it's over. Like, I'm happy that we're able to move on past that. We don't have to pay the $18 million anymore that was going to be on contract for us, so it frees up a little more cap room if we wanted to sign somebody. But the thing that does scare me is the Browns play the Panthers in week 1, and if we lose to Baker, that's going to be a wretched day.
That's going to be a tough start to the season, but I think in the fullness of time,
just get it over with. At the start of it.
I think even by the end of the season, who's going to be feeling better? Probably the Browns. But no, I think you should be optimistic because here's what this tells me, that the Browns, I mean, they could have traded Baker any time along the way. They could have held on to him. There was even sounded like there was some comments that made it sound like maybe if Deshaun Watson was suspended for the whole year, maybe Baker would come back. Maybe they could mend their fences for a season. But now the Browns are like, no, we'll trade you. So that tells me that maybe Deshaun Watson not getting suspended. Maybe
Could be.
they have some idea that it's not going to be that many games.
I hope so. I hope that he's able to play because if he's suspended for the entire year and
The
we
Browns
traded
have
away
nothing.
Baker,
Yeah.
we have legitimately nothing. And so I'm going to be extremely upset. It's going to be a thrown season away.
My favorite is when we talk about the Browns because it's a we and an us, right?
Yes, so we essentially will lose a lot of games if Deshaun's suspended for the whole year and we don't have Baker, and the Panthers might win more games than us if we don't have Deshaun Watson.
That could
They're gonna
happen.
have to call you in because they
I
got no
know.
other options.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm glad that it's over, and hey, maybe Baker Mayfield will win like 9 games.
Maybe
and,
he'll like
Carolina
being a
things go
Panther.
well. That's right.
Hey, Carolina's nice, you know. It's a nice warm spot for him, and maybe he'll do a little better there. I'm a Baker fan, so I'm happy that he found a spot to play.
Well, and then I guess it'll be tough for you week 1. when the
Yeah, it will
season
be.
starts.
It's tough for us.
Yeah, us.
For
We are
them-
having
for- yeah,
problems.
That's right.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Tuesday, July 12th. That's this coming Tuesday. It's a big day.
It's a holiday?
No, but it might as well be one because it's so exciting. It is such big news for us in the space community, you know, space heads, we call ourselves.
I think you're going to tell us something that we're actually not excited about.
No, and Nikki, this is huge. This is exciting. You've heard, of course, of the James Webb Space Telescope, right?
Nope.
Nikki,
What?
it's
I
an
mean,
amazing
I know what a telescope
advancement.
is, but I
Yeah.
just didn't know that that's that one.
But the James Webb Space Telescope is the latest in telescope technology. It launched on Christmas Day of last year, so obviously special is like NASA's present to the world. And they have launched this telescope, and coming up on Tuesday, NASA says they are going to release the first images from the James Webb Space Telescope.
Now, who is James Webb?
Nikki, I'm not even going to
You don't
dignify
know.
that
Okay.
question
You
with
don't
an
even
answer.
know. You
If
don't
you
even
don't know, there's
Man.
nothing I can do to help
Way to
you.
recover from that.
It's obvious. You know what? Google, have you heard of it?
Yeah, I'll go and find out.
You don't know who James
Do
Webb
you want
is.
me, once I find out, to say it out loud just so you know?
Of course I know who James
Yeah,
Webb
of
is.
course you do.
Why are you questioning me?
So it is the most powerful and complex observatory ever deployed, and it costs $10 billion.
Yeah.
It's a complex system of mirrors and a sun shield. So the telescope had to be designed so it could actually be folded up to send up there, and then it's going to send back images. And it took a lot of delays to get through,
Yeah, of course.
but
We all know.
they sent it up there, and there you go.
Yeah, so it is. I'm not the only one who thinks it's a big deal. Listen to this. Thomas Zarbuchen, he is the associate
Okay.
administrator for.
If we don't know James Webb, we don't know him too.
No, but I'm, you know, for the layman out there, I'm filling you in. He is the associate administrator for NASA's Science Mission Directorate.
Yeah.
And he said that the images that he's seen from the James Webb Space Telescope so far, they've nearly brought him to tears. So that should tell you something.
Is that because it was $10 billion?
No, because it's so beautiful.
Oh, so
of course.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
because that
okay.
$10 billion is really paying off.
Let's see. Webb ran is it NASA from 1961 to 1968? He believed, I'm just reading this straight from online, believed that NASA had to strike a balance between human spaceflight and science.
Yeah, that's
So that's it.
he's synonymous in the space community with striking a balance. Is what. That's what us space heads.
His name is kind of like right behind the Hubble Space Telescope.
Yes,
so.
and finally he will be recognized. He is being recognized, given the due that he deserves,
Sure.
and his name will become even more well known on Tuesday when the world sees these beautiful, beautiful images.
Do you want the day off on Tuesday? Like, why are you pushing
No,
the day?
I got to be here to talk about it.
Yeah. And to see the images.
To fill people like you in on what the James Webb Space Telescope finds.
Sometimes I don't mind space stuff, but for this, I'm not connecting
Oh,
with
no,
it.
you're going to love it.
This is Radio U's worst of the riot.
So, Nikki, Tom Cruise said it best himself in Jerry Maguire, show me the money, right? And now, finally, after all these years, he just turned 60. People are showing him the money with Top Gun Maverick.
So how much is he going to make with it?
Yeah, we have some numbers here that obviously Top Gun Maverick has made a lot of money. The movie itself, it's over $1.1 billion now that it has made at the global box office and still counting, of course.
I mean, it's still in like at number 2 and 3 most weekends.
Yeah.
And it hasn't even done its streaming stuff. So that's a whole other level of rental and purchasing and streaming that will bring in even more money.
And I tend to think too, like it'll drop off quite a bit because this weekend, like Thor is out. Can you see it today? Sometimes they do the early thing. So probably tonight you can see it. So this weekend it might drop off a bit. But still, I think people are going to keep seeing Top Gun for a few more weeks.
It's there.
So that it's just going to keep going up and up. But at the moment, I can tell you about how much Tom Cruise is going to be making off of this movie. It is a lot. First of all, he was paid $12.5 million just to do the movie. Mm-hmm. So that was regardless of, even if it never got released or anything, he was going to get $12.5 million.
So that's like the acting side.
Right.
And then I think they get extra deals above and beyond, like bonuses or like, here's the streaming side of it. So I'm sure that wasn't all he got.
Yeah, he gets a cut the rest of the way. So from there on, so $12.5 million is just what he gets no matter what. Then he gets 10% of the first dollar gross, they say. So what is it? 10% of $1 billion is what?
A lot
of money.
A lot.
And then from there on, it also his percentage can go up as the movie makes more and more money. So it just keeps going up and up and up. And let's see, what is his total? He is going to be getting about $55 million.
Oh, doesn't that sound nice, everybody? Oh,
yeah.
Love to get, and that's just probably a conservative estimate.
Yeah, that's right. That's all we know of it right now.
They say if it gets to like 1.3 billion, which at 1.1 it's almost there. Like it will. That's about 55 million for him.
Yeah, so it's getting there, and just the potential for more and more and more.
See, I was thinking of watching it the other day, but I have a hard time. Like Tom Cruise is very difficult for me.
Yeah.
Because like Tom Cruise, I think is an amazing actor, and he makes really good movies. But I can't get over sometimes just Tom Cruise the person.
Yeah.
But like with Top Gun, I mean it's a perfect.
Yeah.
The first one and this one are like perfect for him.
Too, I don't like the problem with Tom Cruise is he's like not a great guy, and there's not a lot redeeming about it. Like he's not even likable.
Well, I think he tries to work very hard at being very likable, and I think he probably is a nice guy. But sometimes when you meet nice people, you're like, well, why are you being nice? Like what is this to try to get? But he is he's difficult to understand.
Yeah, but sometimes people that like people that have actually done worse stuff than Tom Cruise come off as more naturally likable, and so it's easier to look past. Whereas him, to me anyways, I don't see him as like he's just one of the people you imagine if you met him in person, he probably like it feels like he wouldn't even take the time. Or you see these videos come out of like Keanu Reeves and Paul Rudd doing these nice things that seem generally nice.
No, I think he'll come I think he'll sweep you off your feet.
Oh, I don't know.
With that much money, yeah.
I think he would he could just ignore me and still go on just making all this money.
You? What is that about? No one could ignore you.
This is how I judge celebrities. Would they ignore me? I'm the real star. They should take time out of their lives to pay attention to me if they ever get the opportunity to meet me.
No one's doing that.
And if Tom Cruise won't do that,
then he must be mean.
Then exactly. That's my point.
So Top Gun Maverick, he probably got around there saying, just to be safe, lower end of it, at least $55 million for his payday for it, and then I assume they have to make a third one eventually. Like there'll have to be another one.
I don't know how that all goes, and how he might not even act in it. I don't even know the story of Maverick really. So, but he's going to be involved some way or another.
Gosh, are you going to be upset if they don't ask you to be in it? Because then that means they don't like you.
No, I don't want to be involved in. Well, actually, I do because I want the money. I'll do it. I'll sacrifice my principles
just for that
and work with Tom Cruise for the money.
Thanks for watching The Worst of the Riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more Riot.